This is it.
We're back.
We're actually starting.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello, everybody. It's Monday.
Yep.
And not Sunday.
Nope. But
And-
they wouldn't have known that.
Oh.
Why would they know that unless you tell them that?
Why are you playing with everything on the table now?
Because it was in my elbow way.
Mom, don't be fidgety. And let's start podcast number 20.
20?
Yeah.
Wasn't the last one 20?
No, the last one was 19.
Really?
This one's 20. We said we'd have a guest on for this one, and we don't.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mom. That's a little bit. That's how you know these jingles are not recorded. Because that was a real mom. Like, moo. Okay, Mom. Guys, my mom. First of all, tell me a story, but I just want to apologize for last week because apparently I was too loud, and my mom's telling me that she couldn't even turn me down. She was playing me on the she was playing our podcast on the aux cord in her car on the way to work.
Loud.
And it was too loud. She couldn't even turn it down. No. She couldn't even turn me down. Yeah, so sorry, okay? My loudness is not anger; it's passion.
No one's saying anything.
So just take it as that.
Yeah, just for headphone users, man. Holy shit.
Well, guess what? I have a headache today, so I won't be loud.
You're loud.
How am I loud?
You're still loud.
This is zero volume for Evie.
Are we sponsored by them since they gave it to us?
There's nobody watching. No one has zero idea what I'm even holding right now.
Since we got it from them.
I don't know if we're going to mention what it is. Now that everyone's like, what is she holding?
We don't know, and it's not a YouTube thing, so
I know.
We can't even tell.
I'm holding ginger ale.
Anyways, do you have something?
What brand?
Listen.
Ooh, Red Bull. What?
Is there anything that you have on that book that you're
I do, but I want to hear a story first. Yeah, I don't want you to steal my ideas, so I'm holding the book to my chest so that you don't steal the ideas.
You want me to go with this story?
Yeah, go with the story. What story are you going to tell?
So I have a coworker.
Yeah?
Now pay attention, everybody.
Oh my god, is this the set me up story?
No.
Oh, okay. Now we have to tell that story.
I have a coworker whose her sister-in-law, mother, came to Toronto because she needed to stay at her house for a few weeks, maybe even a month, I think. She got a phone call that her son was in the hospital. Okay. Right? And up to this, she lives in Vancouver. Oh, they don't listen.
Wait, whose son?
She lives in Vancouver.
In the hospital?
This woman that came, the sister-in-law.
Okay, the sister-in-law.
The brother. Okay, so
the
mother.
Sister-in-law has a son.
No, the sister-in-law has a brother that lives here.
Okay.
And her mom came to visit her brother.
This is such a confusing story.
That's why I said pay attention, because I knew you were going to get confused.
I'm confused.
My co-worker's sister-in-law.
Okay, can you use it in terms of like...
My co-worker's sister-in-law.
Okay.
Okay. Her brother's wife.
Okay, her brother's wife, yeah.
Okay. Has a brother that lives here.
Okay.
They live in Vancouver.
Okay.
He lived in Vancouver, but now he lives in Toronto.
Okay.
Okay. So the mother got a phone call that the son is in the hospital. So she had to rush to
Toronto. Mother?
The mother. Her mother.
The sister-in-law's mother?
Yes.
So the brother's in the hospital.
The brother's in the hospital.
Okay.
So the mommy gets a phone call.
Yeah.
That your son is in the hospital.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm caught up.
Okay. So she gets here. She goes to the hospital. He's in bad shape.
Yeah.
Really bad shape.
Okay. Like what? Like cancer, roughed up?
No, like roughed up.
Oh, yeah. Somebody beat him up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Shit.
She finds out he's homeless.
What?
And up to before that, when they were communicating by phone, how you doing? I'm great. I'm entrepreneuring. Doing this, doing that. So he was
lying to her.
Lying to her, and he's living on the streets this whole time.
How does he have a cell phone?
They all have cell phones.
How?
I don't know how they all have cell phones. They all have cell phones.
Okay. Question: did the sister-in-law know that her brother was homeless?
No.
Nobody knew.
Nobody knew that he was homeless.
But when he was in the hospital, they contacted the family.
Yeah.
And then that's when they found out he was homeless.
Right.
And what's the point of the story?
Okay, so now you know that he's homeless.
Yeah.
Right? He's in the hospital.
Yeah.
He's gone through shit. He's been in
Somebody stabbed him?
Somebody must have stabbed him.
Oh, right, that's why he's in the hospital?
Yeah. Oh! So she went and bought him clothes.
Okay.
So
the mother?
Yeah. The mother went to go get him clothes because he was only with one shoe.
Okay.
All ripped clothes. And he says to her, get me all like black clothes and no writing on it.
Okay.
Do you get it? Why he asked for that?
so he could disguise himself in the nighttime, or he can work in TV?
No, so that he won't be identified as the guy with the black sweater who says positivity on the side. It's just a guy with a black sweater. So many people have black sweaters.
I didn't realize.
You didn't realize that, right?
Why would I realize that? I'm not somebody who commits crimes who would need to know this.
Okay, well, my coworker and then her parents go, well, you know why he wants that, right? It's because of that. So anyway.
So he won't be identified when he commits crimes.
Right.
How about they help him take him off the streets?
Well, that's what she was trying to do. Okay, so then she got him a doctor, and she got him into a hotel, which she probably pays for, a motel.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get like him on social distance and trying to get him like a 1-bedroom apartment or something. Okay. Right? And so now put yourself in a parent position. Okay, everybody.
I'll try.
All those who are not parents, put yourself in parent positions, because everybody who's in a parent position is going to say, "Fuck."
Okay, I don't even have an animal to pretend I can be a parent, but okay, I'll pretend.
So now, listen to this.
Okay.
She lives in Vancouver.
Yeah.
She's leaving next week.
To go back to Vancouver.
How do you leave your kid behind knowing that he's homeless and so messed up? And, this is the part I wanted to save till now, he can never return to Vancouver. He had to leave Vancouver for a reason. Exactly.
What do you mean?
Like he left and can never return.
The mom said he can never?
The brother of my coworker was telling.
Right, but I'm saying he can never return. Like, does the mom know he can never return?
She doesn't know.
So he killed somebody.
Well, not necessarily. It could be like drug related, gang related, that he could never return to Vancouver. So now how do you leave? He's a man.
First of all, how do they not know that this is part of his character?
Well, they must have known when he was in Vancouver, unless he was really good at covering up, or he lived at home.
Like, how do you live this big of a double life is what I'm saying.
Well, he lived it.
Like...
He just phoned and goes, hey, everything's fine. Shoes. Everything's fine.
If I was...
I'm doing really well.
A prostitute in New York, would you... Like, that would be a huge shock, right?
Yeah, because how would I know what you're doing? You're saying, oh, I work for Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah.
And I'm doing really well. Don't worry about me. I'm doing fine. And then
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and then I surprise visit you, and I go, hey, Ev, I'm in New York. Where are you? And you're going, Right. Or I'm walking by, and there you are at the corner.
Right. Okay.
Right?
I don't know how you don't know.
You don't.
An inkling. Anyways.
So now...
Why do my examples always involve sex and prostitution? I don't know. Okay, anyways.
So now how do you...
You don't.
Now how do
What's
you...
her job?
How do you leave?
What's the mom's job?
Okay, so she's a retired psychiatric nurse.
Okay, so then you don't have to go back to Vancouver. She's retired.
No, but her life is there. Her husband is there.
Okay, well, her husband should understand. Is her husband also his father?
No.
Well, her husband should understand that this is a child that she needs to get back on his feet. Is he open to receiving the help?
Exactly. So how long do you stay here? How long is he...
Is he open to receiving the help?
Who knows? So how do you leave, right? How do you leave not knowing that he might not be okay, or the next phone call is he's dead, and like how do you leave? So and then this is the thing that...
You don't leave. You be with him for a month, let's say. A month is not that long.
Okay, she'll be here for about a month.
You help him out for a month, and then you say, okay, I'm going to go back, and then you surprise visit him in another month.
Yeah, you could do that.
No, you do.
So you do that.
That's what you do.
So now the other thing is, this is where a lot of people... Okay, so
and you don't just leave him. You find him.
So now I just told you that that's not his father, right? So his to give you a little bit of backstory, his father walked out on the family when he was like 3 or 4 years old, or 6 years old, or something like that, right? So he walked on the family. So now this kid has carried this whole, and they've never seen him. Like he walked out, left.
They don't remember him. You mean they've seen him obviously, but they don't remember him.
No, he had nothing to do with the family. He walked out on the family.
Wait, but he was 3 to 6 years old, so he obviously saw him.
He saw him up to that point and never saw him again.
That's what I'm saying. So, after that, but they know him.
He didn't have his father in his life.
Okay,
his father never communicated with the family or whatever, right?
Got it.
He probably went on and had another family.
Got it.
So now this kid fell in his circumstances of life, right?
He didn't. He sounded fine in Vancouver until he fucked up there and had to leave.
Instead of bettering his life and doing something with his life, like his sister did. His sister I think she's an engineer or something.
Right, but you have no idea.
But this guy fell to his circumstances and blamed his circumstances for being who he became.
Victim mentality.
Right. The victim mentality.
Okay.
So this is what I was telling my coworker. I go, this guy fell to his circumstance. He became a victim of his circumstances instead of overcoming them, whatever.
First of all, just because your dad leaves you does not mean that's a bad circumstance.
Okay, but it's like fathers or mothers who are alcoholics and then their kids turn out to be alcoholics, right? Do you see what I'm saying?
Got it, yes.
Okay.
But he doesn't know
Or
his
the mother
father.
gets beaten up and then the daughter gets beaten up.
So was the mother an alcoholic? Like, what's his bad circumstance that he fell into?
No, just the fact that
nobody was homeless.
Nobody was around, or he felt like he was left and neglected and his father didn't want him. Like, who knows what feelings he went through his whole life of being unwanted by his father. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So then he fell prey to his circumstances.
No. Falling prey to your circumstances is not...
A lot of people do that.
Just because you feel neglect does not mean you become homeless. That's not a circumstance. Falling prey to your circumstances is your parents being homeless and then you falling prey to those circumstances.
No, but he also fell circumstances because he felt neglected. He felt unwanted.
So did he neglect his own child?
No, he neglected himself.
Okay.
He doesn't have kids. He neglected... Well, who knows if he has kids or not, right?
Like, how do you know that the dad wasn't a highly successful businessman who was just an asshole and left his family? Do you know what I mean?
Could be that too, but
like,
never supported them.
Then his circumstances
And maybe he had to live poor. Maybe, on one paycheck, on his mother's paycheck.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Were they living poor? Like, what are his circumstances that he's falling prey to?
I think his mental...
Because rich kids can also decide to resent their parents because they're so rich and blah, blah, and then end up homeless because they just resent their parents so much, Like... There's no circumstances that you fall prey to, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, people are like, well, this is what, like, Gary Vee talks about all the time, right?
Yeah, like, you can use that as a chip on your shoulder and go do something with your life, or you can use that as an excuse for your life to be shit.
Right.
So
people are depressed because their mother wasn't hugging them every day.
Right.
So now they're depressed and they can't get over it.
Well, you know what? My mother hugged me too much, and now all I want is hugs. So thank you. I'm falling prey to my circumstances.
It's true. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people out there, like, you're your own person. You are not who your parents, like, their situation, their circumstances, that's theirs. You are now your own person. So go live the life that you are dreaming of and that you want.
But how long was he living this double life for? When did he move from Vancouver to Toronto?
I think it was 4 years, she said.
How do you not...
So maybe there he lived with his mom.
Okay.
Or maybe he had an apartment nearby and they kept eye on him and he just did all the entrepreneurial stuff. Mm-hmm. And then when he came here, he got himself back into trouble and ended up on the streets. Because he couldn't pay rent and whatever.
But how do you not? Like, I've lived in New York and you visited me multiple times. Mm-hmm. Like, how has she not visited her son at all?
Well, maybe he kept following and saying, you don't have to come see me. Maybe I'll come down at Christmas. Christmas rolls around. He goes, oh, I can't come down at Christmas, but you know what? I'll come down for summer. And then she goes, okay, I'll see you in the summer.
Well, then that's her.
Right?
That's on her then.
So
I would never, if they kept canceling, I would just show up.
Well, being busy, pretending he's the high businessman.
No, I would just show up.
But he's 40, Abby.
40?
Yes.
I'm thinking he's like mid-20s or something.
He's 40, and she has grandkids that she helps take care of in Vancouver.
Oh, this guy needs to get his life together.
He needs to get his shit together. But that's what I'm saying. Like, but he's fallen into this mental trap that who knows what he's thinking of himself. Low self-esteem. My dad didn't want me. What am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And then that's when I was telling my coworker, I said he fell mentally to his circumstances and couldn't get out of that funk of daddy issues. Yeah. And, and she goes, yeah, and the sister became an engineer, right? So she moved on and made her life better.
And the sister's in Toronto?
The sister's in Vancouver.
Oh.
Yeah. They're originally from Vancouver.
Right.
But he moved to Toronto.
That's hard.
Right? So now how do you, leave and go back? But it's a good thing that you say is, go back. Say, hey, I'm home, whatever. She has grandkids to take care of or whatnot. But then in a month, show up where you left him.
Right, exactly.
And then
but
come back.
Yeah, you have grandkids to take care of, but come on, this is your son.
No, I know. And then it's like, oh, he's gonna go live with Jack and thing. And I'm thinking, okay, but who's Jack? Is he a drug dealer too? Like, who's he living with? Yeah. Like, if he's living with his friends are obviously of the same circle. Right?
Like,
so
people,
this guy really needs
he can still turn his life around. He's still got a good 40 years at least.
Of course he could turn his life around, but
or
he needs to go
years.
get therapy or something.
I know. I'm just saying, like, there's hope.
He needs talk therapy. Or he needs to get out of his funk and read some books or some shit or something that's gonna, like, he needs that one magic person who's gonna say, hey, you know what, you're gonna be okay, or, you know, read this book, it's gonna change your life, or, you know, go speak to this person, it's gonna change your life.
I don't like telling people that they're gonna be okay. Because you don't know if they're going to be okay. No, but you could, well, then just change the words out. You know, if I would have to change the words out. I can't say you're going to be okay.
Take the initiative to change your life, then, hey, you could be okay. Like, you know?
Yeah, I know.
So it's not saying that, why can't you say, you know what?
Because I don't like false hope.
But it's not false hope if they do. It's only false hope.
Because what if they say, what if in 20 years they're like, you said I was going to be okay?
Well, you motherfucker, you didn't follow what I told you to do.
That's what I'm saying.
You didn't do anything.
You can't,
How can you be okay?
Don't tell people that things are going to be okay.
How can you be okay if you're just going to sit on the couch and still dwell over and cry over it and say, oh, I'm depressed, and then I have mental health issues? Get the fuck off the couch.
What I say,
go get some fresh air.
No.
Go clean yourself up. Dress yourself up. Get out. Go have dinner out instead of eating your mac and cheese on the couch. And, you know, like, get up and move. Read a book. Read something that's going to inspire you. Watch inspiring movies. You know, read it.
Right, but they're homeless, Mom. They can't watch.
I'm talking about the one that lives on the couch.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, I don't tell people it's going to be okay, don't worry. I tell people, listen, you're alive, right? You've made it through all of your hardest things that you've been through. What makes you think that you can get through this as well?
There you go.
But I don't tell them it's going to be okay because I don't know.
And it could be okay. You don't have to say it's going to be okay. You say, hey, it could be okay if you work at it.
I just don't say okay. I just say, listen, I try to put them in perspective. You've been through all of this in the past. What makes you think that you can't get through this? You know, like, you're still alive.
And have a better life.
You're still alive and you're still breathing.
Right?
Okay?
Work for your
and then
better
I would
life.
tell them to go to the library and read books.
Or watch documentaries. Or
Mom, they're homeless. Go to the library. It's free.
Maybe they're
illiterate.
illiterate.
Read books.
Get audiobooks.
Learn how to read at the library. There are audiobooks at the library that you can use. I'm just saying, the library is a good place for a homeless person.
No, then they'll stink it all up.
You're so rude. Who cares? Okay? A year from now, they could be going back and being fresh and clean.
They could be that businessman like in London that opened up his own business
there
and only hires homeless people. Yes. And he makes £250,000 a year right now. You know what he does?
What?
I didn't tell you what he does.
What?
He does shoeshining.
Okay, great.
That's better than great. That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
Yeah. But he took himself out of his funk.
Yeah.
Right? Started this business.
Yeah, good for him.
Doing really, really well. And now he hires other homeless people to get off the street and start to do something with their life. You know, I wonder what he did. Like, what got him out of that funk? Like, did he read a book? Did he see something? Did he hear something? You know, did he compare his life and why is his life so bad? Right?
Who knows?
Who knows? So anybody out there listening, get yourself out of that funk.
Yeah, and if you're happen to be homeless and listening from the library...
no, listening on your iPod on the iPhone. They all have phones.
They don't. I don't believe it.
They all have fucking phones. Every single homeless person has a freaking phone. How do you think they're going to do a drug deal?
I believe that homeless people can have, like, Gucci or, like, Canada Goose jackets or Chanel purses or something like that.
They can't have that?
Yes, they can.
How?
Because more fortunate people can give it to them. That's how they can have it. But
one
a
will
more
ever
fortunate person is not going to pay a homeless person's phone bill.
No, but they get it.
So why do they have a phone? Do you know what I'm saying? They could have material goods like clothes on their back that are brand name and designer, but still be homeless because rich people could give that to them as charity cases. You know what I mean? But no one's going to buy a homeless person a phone and pay their phone bill to keep it working.
Well, they're getting government...
And where do they charge it? You know what I'm saying?
Government assistance.
Anyways.
They could charge it at the library. Listen.
Okay.
Do you know most homeless people eat healthy, right?
Oh, I know that firsthand. Thank you very much.
Tell them your story.
Guys.
Because I was telling Kat yesterday, you know, homeless people eat really healthy, and then I told her that story. But the only reason why I brought it up is because we were at that juicery place, that juice place. Okay. You know, that natural juice pressing place?
Yeah.
Right? And the homeless guy came in and said, when do you throw it out? Like, what day? Because I found a box back there. And so he wanted to know what day they throw out when they're done, the expired stuff.
They throw out the vegetables? Or the juices?
The juice box, but the bottles.
expired juices. Probably fermentation.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Okay.
Still good. The guy's gonna survive. You should have seen this guy, man. He looked freaking strong and healthy.
Because he walks everywhere.
Not only does he walk, he eats healthy, Abby. Tell them why. Okay. Tell them your story.
Oh, yeah, guys. When I was in university, I was at Ryerson, and at Ryerson there's a metro right beside the university. So I'd always go go pick something up in between classes. And one day I went to go pick up a snack, and I wanted Doritos and probably chocolate chip cookie and who knows, other junk food that I wanted.
But then you left the store, you didn't want it.
Listen here, okay? I walked out of the store, and there happened to be a homeless man right outside of the metro asking for food or money or something. And I was like, I never give homeless people money because I don't want to enable, if they do have a drug addiction, I don't want to enable a drug or alcohol addiction. I want them to actually eat like they say they are hungry. Right. So I'll give them food. And I'll go to the extent of like buying them food.
Yes,
if I don't have it.
You did.
So anyways, I said, yeah, sure, here's my Doritos. And he said, I don't want that garbage. And I was like, oh, well, do you want my chocolate chip cookie? He's like, no. I'm like, oh. He's like,
But he didn't say it like that. He said, could you please?
No, he didn't.
Did he?
I said, what do you want? Yeah. I'll go buy you something.
Oh, okay.
And he says, bananas.
That's right. High potassium.
I bought him a whole
Keeps
freaking
him
thing.
Full.
I bought him like 5 bananas. I walked out. I went back into the store. Yeah. Very mad at myself because this homeless man didn't want my junk food.
That's right. And he's eating healthy and you're eating junk.
And then I came out with the friggin' tree of bananas because I said, you know what? You deserve more than one banana, man, here.
And bananas keep you full.
They do keep you full. Right? And also, I don't think he had teeth. Like that much teeth.
Oh, so he mushed them.
So, because he was like gesturing at his teeth. Mm-hmm. He did clearly not want the bananas, but he also didn't want the soft chocolate chip cookie. But but in the Doritos, when I asked him about if he wanted Doritos, he like pointed at his teeth.
I see.
He said no, and then went to show his teeth, and I said, oh, okay, chocolate chip cookie. He said, no, I don't want garbage or something. He like really
made you feel
made me feel like I was eating the scum of the earth.
You were. And then the Tim Hortons doorman, you used to buy him breakfast every day.
Yeah, the Tim Hortons, not every day, but whenever I would go to Tim Hortons,
most times.
He was like a famous homeless man.
Where's the doorman?
Which makes me question if he was, I don't even know if he was actually homeless.
No, he's homeless.
But anyways, this guy used to open the door at our Tim Hortons not Tim Hortons University, at Ryerson. There's a Tim Hortons there, and he used to open the door all the time. I forget his name now, like John or something. It would be John. But anyways, and I used to buy him breakfast. I do, there's another homeless story. I don't think we told this one.
The other one with your salad?
With my sandwich.
Your sandwich, yeah. But finish the Tim Hortons, dude. You done?
Yeah, I just bought him breakfast whenever I was there. Because I thought that, it was nice that he was holding the door, and he's homeless, and they want food. So anyways,
you're hungry, really hungry.
Okay, guys, you know how I just said that I don't give money, but I'll give food, and I'll go to the extent of like buying them food. So anyways, one day it was in between classes, and I was so hungry. I didn't pack a lunch this time, or my mom didn't pack me a lunch this time. I didn't bring any food because I was commuting. I think it was my 3rd year at university, and I was commuting, and so I was so hungry. And I went and I got myself a sandwich. And I think I got myself a combo of sandwich and salad or sandwich and soup from Panera. Because I walked back from Panera to the atrium of my university. And I was sitting in the atrium of my university like maybe 10 minutes before class. And I was eating my salad and soup. And then usually homeless people don't come into the building. But this homeless guy came into the building. And he comes up to me. And I'm like mid-deep in my salad with my sandwich half eaten on the side beside me. And he comes up to the table that I'm at, and he puts his dirty ass, and I'm not just saying this because he's homeless, like there was grease, dirt grease on his fingers, dirty ass hand on my sandwich, bare sandwich, not on the plastic, on the bare sandwich, and says, hey, can I have this? And I said, I guess you can now! Like, you know, like, I was so mad. The sandwich...
But you told him that you were really hungry.
I was like, I'm so hungry, but, like, sure, you could have it. I don't even know. Did I tell him that I was hungry?
Yeah, you did. You told me. You said to him, that's not fair. I was really hungry.
No, I told you that I would never tell him that.
Yeah.
No, I would. Told him. No, I would never do that. That's not in my character. I know that I told you that that's what I was thinking, but I 100% did not tell him that that's what I was thinking. Because he's probably like, bitch, I'm hungry too. I don't have...
he gets well fed sometimes.
No. Listen, I was homeless too. Not to that extent. I just couldn't find a place in New York City, so I was couch surfing and sleeping under my desk and
the other
sleeping
guy
in a hotel lobby. How come every time I try to say that I'm homeless, you talk over me and don't let me tell the story? Because you know why, guys? Because my mom thinks that's an embarrassment to her.
No, that has nothing to do with
raising me, and it's not.
Oh my
you think
God,
that you have failed me.
No.
Every time I say I was homeless for a month, you say no, you weren't.
That's because it's couch surfing homeless. It's not like you're on the street picking up bottles and putting them in the bottle collection for 10 cents.
I could have been, though. I decided.
And I never would have known that.
I decided to eat my pride.
Yeah.
And ask random people that I didn't know.
That's okay.
To sleep on their...
They're your coworkers.
How is that different?
That's your coworkers.
That I knew for one day.
Don't scream.
Mom.
What?
I hate that you try and discount this experience in my life.
It's your experience. You've talked about it.
No, but you're like, you weren't homeless. Really? There are different types of homelessness, Mom.
I understand
the extreme homelessness...
Okay,
then shut up and let me speak!
Oxford.
No, let me speak.
Earphone,
let me
headphone
speak.
users.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Let me speak.
Okay?
You have to understand that there are different extremes of homelessness.
Yes, I understand.
No, shut up and let me speak. No, I'm pissed at you because every time I try to tell the story, listen, there's no taking away the fact that I was homeless.
Yes.
I had no home.
Yes.
Zero home, Mom.
True.
I chose to sleep under my desk at work instead of sleeping on the streets, Mom. I could have chose to sleep on the streets.
You wouldn't.
But I could have, is the thing. And then you would say, and then what are you going to say? No, you weren't homeless?
No, then I would have paid for a hotel.
No, but this is what I'm saying, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, I was homeless. Just because I made choices that led me inside instead of sleeping outside. And even sleeping in a hotel lobby, Mom, for not sleeping, but staying awake until 3, 4, 5 a.m. and then going to work early.
Right.
Like, how is that not homeless? That's an extreme homeless. I just chose to, instead of stay outside, I chose to be inside.
Thank God.
But this is what I'm saying, is that you cannot discount that just because I wasn't begging for food, okay? There's dollar pizza. I had a couple dollars in my pocket, like a couple dollars in my bank account. Mind you, it was borrowed money. Like, and I didn't expect you to putting me up in a hotel, especially after it was like $200, $300 a night.
For it to
like,
yeah, it went up crazy.
Guys, the only reason why I ended up going homeless is because we were in a hotel. Then my mom had to go back to work. It was when I first moved to New York, and I didn't have money because I had just blown it all and living my dream out in LA and going that route, which is the reason why I am in New York right now. If I never had that experience, I would have never moved to New York. So I don't regret spending all my money in rent in New York. However, in LA. However, when I first moved to New York, when my mom was putting us up in a hotel, then she had to go back to work. She paid for the hotel for another like week and a half or something, and then they said, "Hey, it's Labor Day. We're raising the price $200 bucks. Yeah, $300 bucks.
$69, $89, $99 to $300 a night.
I know. And then they were like, you can pay this or you can leave, and I was like, well, I have to leave. So, so I was still searching for a house to live in.
And we're searching for other hotels too.
Other hotels. So the thing about New York is that, or even a Canadian moving to the U.S., this is just my experience in New York. I don't know if a Canadian moving to Kansas would be different, but a Canadian moving to New York City, you have to make 40 times the rent. Your salary, your income for the year has to be 40 times your rent. So if you're paying $1,000, you have to make $40,000. Okay? So, let's say I did find a place in New York that I made 40 times the rent for. Well, they would want to check my credit. And I only had Canadian credit. I didn't have an American credit card, so I didn't have American credit. So they only wanted to check American credit. So I didn't have American credit. So what did I need? I needed a guarantor. Then the guarantor is someone who can sign for you and basically say if she doesn't pay rent, then this person is responsible for paying the rent. And the guarantor needs to make 80 times the rent. So if it's a $1,000, they need to make $80,000 a year. And the caveat there is that they need to be American. So my mom and dad couldn't even combine their salaries because places in New York are hella expensive. They couldn't combine their salaries. I had no American family. I only had all Canadian family. Yeah. And I didn't know anyone that was a rich American that wanted to just help me out. Mm-hmm. So I ended up having an extremely hard time finding a place in New York City. And even if I did like find a place that was willing to not, check my credit or take my Canadian credit, like half of the places, I was being a little bit picky, but half the places were not in a good location, like scary location, mm-hmm. or I was sleeping basically in a closet, which is fine, but it was literally a closet, like at this one place. And so I ended up sleeping under my desk at work. I'm thankful that I had a work key that was open 24 hours. And I'm thankful that I had met my one of my very good friends now, Kayla, who had put me up in her Brooklyn apartment for like at least a month.
That was less than that. No,
it was way less than that actually. Yeah, it was like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was like 2 weeks, but I didn't know Kayla. Yeah. Like I was at work one day and I didn't know where I was going to sleep that night. I didn't want to sleep under my desk at work again. And so I decided to eat my pride, literally maybe talk to Kayla once when she said hi at meeting her for first glance. And I jokingly put it out there, like jokingly but serious, was like, anybody want to house a Canadian or something tonight or something? And then Kayla, like nobody answered, right? Because I said it in a jokey way. And then Kayla walked out of her office like 10 minutes later and was like, hey, were you serious about that? And I was like, oh, yeah. Do you have like a place I can stay or something? She's like, yeah, but give me till like 8 p.m. She wanted to go clean her place. Yeah. And then I ended up staying at her place for like a week, and then I felt like I was overstaying my stay. And then another coworker who I didn't know and literally just met took me in for 4 days, and then she kicked me out after 4 days. I wasn't like it was just her personality. Like I wasn't intruding, I wasn't making a mess. I was very to myself. Like I was very
Kayla will say she loved having you there.
Oh, Kayla so I went back to sleep at Kayla's for the last 2 weeks of me being homeless because Kayla loved having me there because one, I said that I would help her out with, whatever, like some bills if she needed or whatever, like I'll pay some of the internet bill or whatever. I didn't end up doing that because Kayla was extremely nice, but our what do you call it? Our like bargain or whatever, our trade was that I would go to Kayla's after work and Kayla would do whatever Kayla does, go to the gym, go for whatever. Remember, I'm intruding on her life now because I don't know her, right? At this point. Like, we're not friends. She's just letting a coworker stay with her. So I would go to her house, and then she would come home, and there would be dinner made. Like, and I'm not talking, like, mac and cheese dinner. I'm talking, like, I would make beets and rice and salad. Like, gourmet food for Kayla, and I would pick the tab up for the groceries. I would never ask her for money for that, obviously. And she was like, I didn't want you to move out. Like, I loved having you there because I would come home and there would be, like, a gourmet dinner made. And she's like, till this day, I like eating beets because you introduced them to me.
And her cat loved you.
Yeah, her cat Priscilla, who is deceased now, but yeah, her cat loved me. She was like, Kayla would always take pictures and videos. I would wake up and Kayla would have a phone in my face. She's like, it's just so cute. Like, Priscilla's, like, sleeping on top of your head. Like, blah, blah. God. It was funny. It wasn't creepy at all. At all. No, just kidding. It wasn't. But I loved it. But, yeah, I'm so thankful to Kayla for that because, while I did stay awake in the hotel lobby and while I did sleep under my desk at work, like, I did have a couch to sleep on, even though it was in a bad part of Brooklyn. I would never live there, but Kayla says she's never had a problem living there.
Fine, yeah.
Like, I'm so thankful for her for that. So,
all right.
Anyways,
we're ready to go.
Ready to go.
Are we out?
It's been 35 minutes.
I know, right? It's good.
Another 10 minutes.
Why?
Because I want to end this on a different note. Speaking of homelessness, we're going to go to the opposite spectrum. Successful people. I read an article about why it's hard for successful people to fall in love, harder for them to find somebody and fall in love. Do you think this is true? Do you think successful people have a harder time finding someone to be with?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because they want someone who's going to support them. Right? They don't want somebody to come in and bring them down.
Right.
When they've worked so hard to get to where they are and just say, hey, honey, oh, you're never home.
Right.
Or, you know, I don't see you. And, you know, this is not working out and I'm going to take half your millions, bitch.
Okay, but that goes for men
fair.
And women.
Yeah, no, both sides, right? So they have to find someone who's equal to them.
I also think it's harder for successful women to find partners because successful men are like, that's an attractive quality.
Yeah.
And not that, I don't know why many people think that a successful woman is not that attractive.
No, because they can't. He has to be able to keep up with her.
I know, but for a man, being successful is an attractive quality.
Right.
Why is a successful woman not an attractive quality?
It would be to a successful man.
Exactly.
Right? But just to the regular guy, it's not successful.
It's intimidating.
But
exactly. Why?
Because they're not successful themselves,
angry.
Abby. If they were successful, it wouldn't be intimidating.
Yeah, but if a woman isn't successful, she's not intimidated by a successful man necessarily.
No,
why is it the opposite way?
Because they think there's a different mentality there. You know, the woman who may not be successful but marries a successful man is just thinking Gucci Prada.
No, maybe she's not. Maybe she actually loves the man for the fucking man, Mom. Stop saying all women are shallow just because they're married to a successful man.
Shallow.
Yes, you are. You're saying that.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
they're
looking at they could live a good life too.
Yeah, but just because I can live a good life with a successful man, I'd rather choose somebody who I have a real connection with.
Why can't you have that with a successful
man? You can, but I'm saying it's not about me thinking a good life with a successful person. I can still have a good life with an average human.
Yeah, if you're average.
With an average money-making human, Mom.
If they're not intimidated by you, absolutely.
Anyways.
Of course you can.
This article is so extremely true because...
Well, what did it say in the article?
Well, in the article, it said that, you know, successful people need somebody to fulfill them, to support them. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, let me just...
Support is the biggest one.
Well, hold on. They said they need a partner who's just as driven and as ambitious as they are, which I absolutely need that. I cannot stress that enough. They said there's no room in their lives for someone who is uninspired and will bring them down. Exactly. They could be an amazing person, but if you're uninspired...
The next part is important.
I know, a partner in life who could provide guidance. Mm-hmm. I want that.
A partner.
Right, a partner.
That's a very important word, a partner.
Yes, who could provide guidance, support, and inspiration would completely fulfill any successful person's life. Right. Which is exactly what I need.
Which is teamwork.
Teamwork, exactly.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. If the other person is an amazing person, and even if they are highly successful money-wise, financially, if they're not guiding me, supporting me, and inspiring me, I don't think I can be with them.
They're going to be jealous of you because...
No, Mom! Just shut up with your dumbass jealousy! I'm not talking...
It happened!
No, listen to me! I'm not talking about jealousy, Mom! Even if this guy... Mom, if this guy... Let's say it was Mark Zuckerberg, okay? He was fucking highly successful, but for some reason he's not uninspired, but he's not in what I'm doing in life. Okay. He's not guiding, supporting, or inspiring. Let's say, okay, Mark Zuckerberg is a fucking...
Because he doesn't want you to be...
Just fucking listen for 1 second.
No. Let me make the point, and then you can take it from there.
Okay, go.
Okay?
Go!
What if he doesn't want to inspire you and drive you to be a better person or a successful person? It's because he's afraid you're going to become more successful than him.
Then that's not the man I want to be with.
Exactly, okay? So shut up. That's all I was trying to say. Oh, you freaking spastic child. Headphone users.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, Mother.
Kiss my ass, Abby. Go on. Now continue with what you're saying. Because that's all I was saying. I didn't mean jealous in the sense of that way. It's the jealousy that you would end up making more money than them.
Are you done?
Are you finished coffee?
Saying kiss my ass is like the same thing as me saying fucking listen. Or fuck off. Or get to fuck.
What's wrong with you?
Anyways, Mom.
Why are you gonna swear for?
Mom. You shut. Just because you're giving it up for Lent or whatever the hell
I'm not giving anything up.
Okay, Mom. What I was going to say is Mark Zuckerberg may not have any desire for filmmaking, but I have all the desire in the world for filmmaking. Okay? He may not be jealous of me. He may not care if I'm more successful than him. Okay? He's just a guy that does not support, guide, or inspire me.
Right. Okay.
He can love me with all his heart, but if I'm like, babe, come take a look at this,
then he's not a partner.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But it doesn't mean that they're jealous, and it doesn't mean that they don't want to see me succeed. I'm just saying I need that guidance, support, inspiration. And I'm not saying he has to be a fellow filmmaker. No. Because I don't know how that would really work out.
Yeah, that's too critical, right?
Not too critical, but like too competitive. Then I think my competitive side would be
competitive.
Like, my
you
film
would be
is
the
better
issue.
Than yours. Yeah. But I might be the issue.
You might be the issue because there's no partnership there.
Okay, yeah, there
competition.
Is. Relax. Okay, now I'm gonna go find a filmmaker guy.
Yeah,
and start a relationship with him.
And okay. Yeah. Go.
Any filmmakers out there who want to date me just to see how I am, hit me up.
Imagine.
I'm just kidding. Anyways,
you can DM her on Evie Y and
anyways, what I was gonna say is
on Instagram.
Okay, so this is what I need: a partner in life who could provide guidance, support, and inspiration, even if they're not in my field. You could be Joe Schmo who works at Trader Joe's, but that's awesome because that's even more awesome because then you're a viewer of my films, like the typical. Shut the front door with your freaking faces, Mom. I'm saying he would represent the demographic, the average. Okay, fuck off, Mom. Mom, I don't like these faces that you're making at me. What am I not explaining properly here?
What now? He's your fan and not your partner?
No, I'm not saying that.
Hi.
But yeah, you do have to. I'm his fan too, though.
Who's this? Oh, this is my fan.
Oh my God, shut the.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say this is my husband or boyfriend or
Mom.
Whatever.
Mom, you know what?
I didn't mean to say fan. Mom, I didn't mean to say fan.
I'm gonna hit you. Not actually.
He just works at Trader Joe's.
Guys, I'm gonna hit you is just a phrase. It's not me actually wanting to hit my
Ow!
I hate you, Mom. Mom, stop it.
Ouch! Stop it, Evie!
I'm not even touching you.
You just pinched me.
I'm bringing up the camera right now. No, this is not even fair.
I forgot about that damn camera. Stop.
No. Ow, Mom. Ow, Evie, my ass. Ow, Evie, my ass. Now the podcast is turning into something that... What are you doing, Mom? I'm filming you.
Oh, shit. Wrong thing. Don't need that.
Mom, you're taking my words and you're twisting them to fit whatever hell you're thinking and whatever your small-minded mind is thinking. Anyways,
Pardon?
Mom, what I was...
No. Let's go back to my small-mindedness. Please elaborate.
I was just kidding. It was just a sting.
No.
Mom!
You said it. This small-minded is going to get up and walk away.
Can I just explain what I was saying?
Yeah, explain yourself. Yeah, go ahead. I'd like to hear this explanation about my small-mindedness.
Mom, no, not your small-mindedness. I was saying that he could be Joe Schmo that works at Trader Joe's. And he doesn't have to be whoever he thinks he needs to be in society. But anyways, what I was saying is that, not that he's a fan, is that it would be great for him to critique and support and guide me. And I would like to hear feedback from him because he represents the demographic.
But what if he wanted to talk about oranges? And he didn't care about your filmmaking.
Then what? Then he's not guiding, supporting, or inspiring me. And it doesn't have to be about film. I'm telling life stories. You know what I mean? Like, filmmaking is about storytelling. So I feel like anybody could support you in that. I could find inspiration from anybody. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have to know a drop about filmmaking or editing. They just have to know about life and be able to have discussions about life. Mom!
I'm listening!
Can you look at me and talk to me, damn it!
Yes.
Anyways, we're going on a big tangent. All I'm saying is I need somebody.
You're going on a big tangent. Easy there.
I don't even know where. Can we just go back to this article, please? I'm getting pissed validation for me because, I just need that, okay? Fuck off, Mom! They just need to be driven and ambitious, and I just can't deal with uninspired people, okay? Some people can, I just can't. I'm not putting anyone down. This is really without any malicious intent or ill will, if whatever. Anyways, god damn, can I continue now?
Yes. Are you okay?
I'm not okay because I feel like I sound like somebody who has too high standards or feels like I'm putting everybody else down and think that I'm on some kind of high horse, and I'm not. I'm not trying to come across that way, but you and your dumb remarks are making me feel that way.
I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
Yes, you did, Mom. And nobody can see the looks that you're giving at me, okay?
Should we do a live one?
Mom, stop. Mom, I'm gonna splash this ginger ale on your face. Anyways, back to the article about why successful... The problem is, Mom, what's the problem?
What's the problem?
People who are ambitious and driven are what? Too focused with their own success for any other successful person to find them.
Damn.
Do you know what I mean?
Damn is all I can say.
They're all too busy with their own successes to find other people like them to fall in love with. So then they just become jaded and single. They're single too. And cynical.
Right.
And spend way too many nights wondering if they're the issue, and if they're asking for too much, and if they are too much, and if, why can't they just find somebody and be normal like everybody else?
Why can't they?
Because they're too ambitious and driven, and so are the people that they want to attract.
Yeah, so why can't you find someone who's ambitious and driven? And what's that saying? Who is thinking forward? No. What's that term?
Growth mindset.
Growth mindset, yeah. Why can't you find someone with a growth mindset?
Because they're too busy growing, is what I'm saying.
Well, damn it, I think you should start making a club for all growth mindset people. It'll probably be you and 50 men.
This article also... Why are you putting down women for?
I'm not putting down women, but some of them at this age just want to get married and move on in life. There's not too many growth mindset females.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to get married right now and moving on.
No, there's nothing wrong with that either. I think there's very few females that are growth mindset.
I don't know about that. And then this article also says, too often, successful people are hesitant to open up because a failed relationship is still a failure, still a setback, still a black mark on their otherwise perfect record. Mm-hmm. And it hurts to know that while you are successful in a lot of things, you weren't successful in keeping someone around. It is easier to not try than to fail at being loved. And I'll say a couple things to this. Hold on. A couple things to this. One, I don't care. I don't like this still a black mark on their otherwise perfect record, because successful people, I feel like they rarely have perfect records.
No.
So I don't know why they're saying that in the article, because I welcome failure.
Yeah.
Because that's how I grow. Exactly.
Yeah.
However, I do sometimes feel like I am successful in so many other areas of my life, and it's like, why can't I? Why am I not hitched yet? Why don't I have a boyfriend?
Because you haven't found someone with the same mentality.
I know, but I tend to think like, I'm successful in these things. Why am I not successful? Why has nobody stayed with me? And then this last part is true. It's easier to not try than to fail at being loved.
Mm-hmm.
Because a failure in a business or in something else that's not love,
mm-hmm.
to me, a failure at love hurts more than a failing at business or film or whatever, because that doesn't necessarily attack my personal character and who I am. Where a failure to be loved,
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
A failure to be loved is what's wrong with me?
But read the next line.
There's still hope.
Exactly. So this is a time in your life to find someone. That growth mindset together.
Wait, but then
grow together.
Yeah, grow together. Exactly.
Yeah.
But then I also think that, I'm taking my single life for granted sometimes.
Which means?
Which means, I sit here and I'm wondering, like, oh, why don't I have a boyfriend yet, blah, blah, but then I'm not thinking about all the things that when I do have a boyfriend, like, let's say if I were to go visit a guy friend who's straight in another part of the world. When I'm single, I can do that.
Right.
When I'm not single, it will be harder to do that. I mean, personally, I would like to be with somebody who fully trusts me and knows that my friends are my friends and that I'm with them and I would never cheat on them.
Right.
But some people get jealous and so I think, wow, like, I can't necessarily as easily do things as a single person that I would be able to do as a person in a couple. Do you know what I mean? Which shouldn't be the case. Like, the person for me, I should be able to live the same way single and non-single. Do you know what I mean? What? The only difference would be... It kind of changes, but it shouldn't change that much is what I'm saying.
The trust factor shouldn't change. Like, the trust should be there, but it changes.
They have to know me as well as I know myself.
Yeah.
You know? Oh my god, forget it. Just don't. Just, if you're fucking single, do whatever you want. If you're not single, then don't. Okay?
Good, thank you.
Bye. This is the end of this podcast.
I'm done.
Goodbye. I'm pissed. Bye. Bye. Bye.